Voice of the Customer is an awesome free tool from Microsoft that you can use in Dynamics 365. And it's basically used to create surveys that you can then send out to your customers and leads, internal employees, basically anyone that you got set up in the system you can send out surveys to. So let's go ahead and have a look at how to actually set it up. So the first thing that you need to do is go to admin.microsoft.com. So you're in your Office 365 Admin Center. If we scroll down towards the bottom, you've got the Admin Centers section. If we open that up, you should see Dynamics 365 as one of the options. So we click on that, it's going to open that up in a new tab for us. So once that gets loaded, we'll see in a moment, we can actually go ahead and find Voice of the Customer and get that installed. So we can see any of the instances that we've got. If I go ahead and click on Applications tab, scroll down, we'll see Voice of the Customer is one of the options. It says it's not configured. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Manage. From there, it's basically asking us for permissions to be able to access Voice of the Customer services. So I'm going to go ahead and consent and then accept. So now once we've done that, it's basically going to actually set that up. If we scroll down, you see there's a lot of white space, so you might sit there for a minute and think that you're waiting for something. If we just scroll down, we can then see it's going to say, okay, well, which Dynamics 365 instance? I've only got one in this environment, so I'm going to pick it, but you'd see all of the ones you have. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. And then I'm going to go ahead and accept the software license terms and privacy agreement, and then we'll go ahead and click on install. So it's really as simple as that to actually get it set up and to get it installed. The setup we'll do in another video where we'll talk about how to create themes. So how are we going to actually set up the surveys? What do we want them to look like? Okay, so we can see there at the bottom, if I scroll back down, the solution installation has been successfully triggered. Please go back to the solutions page of the organization instance in the Office 365 portal to check the status. So if I go back to my administration center, click on the instances, and then what we can see is for this production instance, which is the one where we installing it to, I've got solutions. If I go ahead and click on the little pencil icon to manage the solutions, I can go there. We'll see all solutions that are related to Microsoft rather than solutions that you might have found elsewhere or imported in. These ones we can see if I go to the last page, because it's alphabetical order, and obviously Voice of the Customer is going to be near the end, if not the last one. And we can see there at the minute we've got a status of installing. So that's basically running that installation. So what we'll do is I'll go ahead and pause the video for a moment and then come back once that's finished installing so you can see what that's going to look like within Dynamics 365 itself. Okay, so we're back now and we can have a look and see that Voice of the Customer is actually finished. We can see there it says configured. Now it took about 15-20 minutes to actually finish getting installed, so just have to be patient, so just leave it for a bit and then come back to it. So now if we actually go into our Dynamics 365 instance, and if you'd already had that open, then you just want to go ahead and refresh the page or do the F5 function to go ahead and actually refresh that. And then what you'll end up with is you will have a new option within the menu at the top for Voice of the Customer. And if we click on there, we can see we've got surveys, survey responses, response outcomes, images, and themes. So that's it. That's the easy process to go ahead and actually get Voice of the Customer installed so you can actually start sending out surveys.